Online Film Org is a venture that was founded actually 10 years ago already by 120 filmmakers from Germany, because we all believe that the future of film distribution might be, I mean, we all love to see our films in the cinema, no doubt about this. But once it has been shown there, if it was so lucky, or it was shown on television, mostly late at night, because we are mostly documentary filmmakers, or indies, independent ones, then it's usually in a tape on the back of in your office somewhere, and nobody can see it. And once in a while you get this email saying, hey, I heard about your film and I would really love to see it. And then you sit down and you create a DVD and you put it in a parcel and you send it out, and maybe you charge 10 euro, 15 euro, 20, some even more. But whatever you charge, it's actually not enough, because you spend hours doing that, and it's on your mind. But you do it because you're happy that somebody finally asked for your work. So. And when the internet came along, I was working in an advertisement company to make some money, because you can't make money with documentary films, as we all know, not in general, not to support a family. And I told my colleagues, hey, there is a chance we should go for that. It was the time of the little stamp. You remember the real player? So you had very weak internet connection, as sometimes you still have here on Tahiti, but it's changing, the big wire is coming. So all my friends were saying, oh no, come on, Cay, nobody wants to see the film in this size, and we don't want to show it that way, because we are proud and we want to have it on the cinema. And I said, guys, this will change. In 5 years, believe me, you can send a film through the wire and you can even project it. And so we started. They believed me. And there was one thing, filmmaking is all about rights issues. You as an archive guy know a lot about that. Because the copyright or author's right, depending from where you come, the author's right, it remains, I think also here, 90 years after the death of the last person who has given creative input in the film. And that means it's very hard to clear all that rights. I call it the Gordian knot of rights. But for us, that was a chance, because in the author's rights countries, the rights reside with you if they are not known. That was the case until very recently in Germany. So I told my colleagues, hey, all the films you have produced in the last 30 years, if you have been producing that long, and you thought all the rights were given to the people who gave you the money, mostly public television, for this new use, this is not the case. You still own the rights for bringing them online and offering them online to your audience that hopefully is out there, if your film still has a value, if it's still that good that people want to see it. So with that promise, I got them all to put 1,000 euro on the table, and we created a collective company on shares, because I had this feeling, and all my colleagues agreed with me, that what we were doing was creating a marketplace, an international one, and whoever owned that marketplace would have a very powerful position in the future. Because actually, by bringing your stuff to the market, I often compare it with a farmer's market, where people bring their fruits from the trees and sell it. So if somebody owns that place where everybody goes to buy fruit, he can tell you how much he charges you. And that is a very powerful position. But if the farmers all own that marketplace collectively, and they build the roof and they put up the signs and they agreed that they will come to the market 24 hours a day or only on Saturday, then they can always negotiate fairly how the deal is, how much they pay to keep it nice and painted and put on new signs and make billboard advertisement and whatever. So that was the idea. That's what we did. 120 of us ganged together, all put 1,000 euro on the table. And since I was so loudmouthed about it, they say, okay, Cay, now you go and do it. So it was very early, and internet was really in its infancy, and there was no way to distribute films online, really. But we knew it would come, so we started this. And once we were ready and knew about what we were going to do, the dot-com crash came around. Everything collapsed. Internet and media was just no, no, no. You know, nobody wanted to invest anymore, because obviously we needed more money than the 120,000 euro we had collected. Actually, we were looking for 3 million. And so we had to bury the whole idea for a while. But I said, let's keep the company running. And even though, let's see that we have no cost, because the time will come when a killer at that time was the internet traffic cost. At that time, the general, how most people think of it like that today, you would have one server, the film would be on that, somebody would come and download the film from that server, so he has it on his computer and can watch it. That would cost you, for 1 gigabyte of traffic, which is about the size of a compressed film would have in 90 minutes, would cost you €12 at that time. Just that somebody sucked it down from your traffic, that was what the telcos were asking for 1 gigabyte of traffic that you sort of made happen because you offered that film. So there was also no business model, because we were sure that a film should not cost more than at that time lending it from the DVD store. So what we did is, we were waiting for a solution for that, but meant prices coming down. Actually now they are below 20 cents per gigabyte. So this has changed a lot. But also before that happened, a new technology came around called BitTorrent, a peer-to-peer network, mostly known and used today in the realms of pirating of films. But it's actually a neutral technology, and it's very, very good and very powerful, because what it did was it socialized the cost of traffic. Because what the BitTorrent system, the peer-to-peer system, means is you don't have a central server where everybody goes and downloads the film. No, you have a central server that tells you which computer is online right now and is offering the film that you want to have. And if it's more than 10, for example, you will get the information. Your computer will connect directly to those 10 computers and will start downloading the film from each and every one. The beginning here, the middle there, the end there, to keep it simple. And you would have the bandwidth that they offer for free, because they all have flat rate internet connection, and it will have a very good download that will sort of reassemble on your hard disk, and when it's done it goes bing, and the film is there and you can watch it. As a technology, this is a genius who has developed this. But at the same time, of course, it was destroying the whole old market structure, which was, of course, economy of scarcity, as they call it today. That meant, I own it, if you want to have it, you have to pay for it, you know. And that was all changed. So it was actually, at the same time, it was a blessing, it was a great danger, because very soon we all found out that our films that had been broadcasted on Arte late at night, or on Arte maybe a little earlier, but on other channels late at night, or out on DVD, all those films suddenly appeared on pirate platforms. And porn ads were put next to it, or other ads. So they made money with our films, but they didn't give us any, and they were very hard to grab. So again, I told my friends, hey guys, it's really time to do something now, because our films are just given away for free. There's no money to be made anymore, and how shall we survive? How shall we make new films in the future? So we restarted the whole thing. We got programmers that programmed us a very interesting system. Actually, they were there before. They created web space for artists, and we got together with them and created a distribution system where first you create what we call a web business card. And in the web business card, you say who you are, how you can be contacted if you want to. This is all left to you, how much information you want to give from yourself. And you can then describe your film. You can upload pictures, you can upload synopsises, you can do that in many languages. So you have a set of metadata, as we call it, descriptive data of the film. And then you can upload the film file that you want to put on sale or also give away for free. That's also up to you. And once you've done so, the film file, the first 3 minutes of it, are converted into Flash. That's the same stuff that YouTube uses. And you can set that free as a teaser, as we call it, so people can watch what they are hopefully going to buy. And then you set the price and you say, yes, I want to offer my film as a BitTorrent download. So once you've done that, the film is online. Google will find it, will rank it pretty high because we are a big network already, and you are under control as the owner to offer it, and it's of course also your task to promote it. We do our share, but it's much better if the filmmaker himself promotes it, and he can do so very easily by embedding not only the teaser, but when he embeds the teaser, it's code like on YouTube, he can put it on his own website so people can watch his film the first 3 minutes for free on his own website, but then a button appears if you want to watch on, buy this film as a BitTorrent download for the price the filmmaker has set. So that's what people then can do. All they need is a broadband internet access, not narrow band, but pretty broadbandish it should be, and a PayPal account and a computer that shouldn't be older than, let's say, 7 years. Then you can download the film and watch it there and as many times as you like, because what you buy is actually a DVD without a DVD. It's what we call a download to own for the price the filmmaker has set, and we call that digital rights fair trade, because we aim at process fairness. The idea is that what people offer you, you know who is offering it, you buy it directly from the farmer, you know, and you don't pay very much to the intermediates. If you pay the intermediate, that's online film, that's the structure that brings the service to you. That's what we have built so far. And at the same time, we are looking for partners all over the place, because we believe that it's an old knowledge of businessmen, all business is local. But for me, it's much more. I want you to be welcomed in your own language. I want you to be welcomed in a selection made by your own people that supposedly might know what it interests you. So there is sort of a gate to online film. It's usually the country name .onlinefilm.org, for example, Ireland or Greece or Slovenia or Latvia. If you go to latvia.onlinefilm.org, you find all the films that came into the system from Latvia, and those that our Latvian partners have thought this might be interesting for our Latvian audience. You can switch between Latvian and English and see what's going on there. But you can always also go into the wild, which is onlinefilm.org, where you will find all the films from Greece, from Latvia, from Germany, a lot from Germany still. And then you can become a curator. By embedding the films, you can create your own little online film page and say, hey, those are the 10 films I selected for you, my friends, or my fellow aviator fans, or my fellow aquanauts, or whatever your special interest may be. And this is how we hope that the system will draw a lot of people to it, and at the same time bring into communication the filmmakers and the people who want to see their films, because actually a good film is always also an offer for communication. And you can also communicate with those, actually we are just building that, I must admit, who have also seen the film and discuss the film on that. And this is how we hope to make the global village that we have now into a global universe, which has, or which remains also diverse. Because we believe that diversity, pluralism, is what we have to embrace to build the future world. And so this is how we try to do our little thing in that. And we offer it to any filmmaker. He doesn't have to become shareholder to upload his film and use the technology. We always share 51% to the filmmaker, 49% we keep. We hope to be able to change that in the future to a better ratio for the filmmaker. But right now we are not self-sustainable, so this is how we start. And if he becomes a shareholder with 1,000 shares, he gets 5% extra as a little extra and gift. What we also have built recently, it's still in beta, is a subtitle tool. So people from all over the world who speak the language that is spoken in the film can create subtitles in their own language. And if they want, they can opt in for a little part of the revenue. So we always think if money is made, those who help us promote or make it able to sell by creating subtitles should get some of the money. The promoter percentage right now is about 8% of the money. Also not built, but in process. We are constantly building on the system because the internet is so fast new things come. For February during Berlinale, we plan a relaunch of the whole website, and we will then also have paid streaming there. That means you pay once and then you can watch it for 48 hours. And then, unfortunately, I must say, we will also have geolocation, because the rights issue comes back at us, and for some films, the rights are not cleared worldwide, and they can only offer it in very limited territory, and we have to address that. I'm very unhappy about it, and we try to find solutions to also talk to rights owners and say, hey guys, we have created here a transparent system. You can see how many times the film is downloaded. Why don't you say how much % you want, or we negotiate how much you are entitled to for your 5 minutes of archive from Getty Archives or wherever it comes from. And whenever the film is bought, you get your share, and we will do the distribution. That's a big thing we are at. But this is the only way to split the Gordian knot of rights, because there are hundreds and thousands of films out there that we can't put online or can't be put online because those issues are hindering them.